the Radio Today podcast with Jen Sederhelm.
Hi and welcome. In this podcast, a revamped sound and lineup for 2DayFM and what's next for Triple M. Luke Bona finds a new/old home with 2GB, a heads up as survey season commences, and the National Radio Airplay Chart Song of the Week. 2DayFM has refreshed its sound and imaging, promising the hits before they hit. The station is committing to playing more new music than any other commercial radio station in Sydney and increased support of Australian artists. Within the change, Emma Chow has now finally been included full-time and properly into the 2DayFM breakfast show. While she joined Jimmy Smith and Nath Roy back in January, her audition, on air and in the media right up until the weekend before the rebrand kept being treated like an afterthought. An additional change is that Sean Brown, has taken on work days, hosting from 9am till 3pm Monday to Friday. He'll still host The Pulse, Sundays from 6 till 8pm, alongside Nick Kelly and Lauren Barry's The Hot Hits, weeknights across the Hit Network from 7 till 10pm. The Pulse is also the place where the network featured new and local music. That's 32 hours a week for Shawnee B, with him saying in his Instagram post, "We've poured our heart and soul into every part of this, right down to the tiniest details. The music, the sound, the language, all of it. Big things coming." Shawnee B has been with SCA for 6 years. Taking on work days means that Michael Christian has either departed or moved to a different role. Michael had been with SCA for nearly 2 decades. That brings me to Triple M, who has rarely been out of this podcast's news this year. Since we last spoke, Natasha Belling has left Triple M Sydney Breakfast. She is now presenter of the listener podcast, The Briefing Afternoon Edition, and will continue to anchor Seven's national news at midday. The latter she was already doing, which was a huge workload when combined with hosting and news reading a breakfast show. Then it was announced that 2 more from the SCA stables were, in inverted commas, leaving. The Fox FM Melbourne's Brendan Favola and Tasha's co-host on Sydney Breakfast, Beau Ryan. Both, however, are only going temporarily to the TV show The Amazing Race, Fev to compete, Beau to host. Merrick Watts has stepped in the next few weeks to cover for Beau, but Triple M Sydney is down to one of its named breakfast hosts in a new show even before the release of Survey 1. Not to mention the losses to the Triple M network of Marty Sheargold to afternoons and Luke Bona's talk show from overnights. Luke's redundancy in particular had a massive response from listeners, so much so that he's started a podcast this week called Bonafide and has been picked up by 2GB to fill in where needed. He dropped in on 2GB's #1 rating breakfast show hosted by Ben Fordham to outline, what the job will look like.
A familiar voice is returning to 2GB, and I've seen him around the studios having some conversations with people. It sparked some speculation about what's going on. His name is Luke Bona, and for many, many years he was part of the furniture here at 2GB, and then he made the biggest mistake of his life and went to Triple M. Now he's woken up to his senses and he's back. Luke Bona, good morning to you.
Fordo, hello.
Welcome
listeners.
back.
Well, it's very strange. I was here for a long time.
How many years?
12.
And why did you leave?
When we were over in Sussex Street.
Or did we not go into that, why you left?
Well, no, I made the decision to leave pretty much the day I was sacked. And I was punted. I went to other places. I went to 2 before they shut it down, and then I went to 2CC in Canberra, did Drive, which I enjoyed. And then Fitzy and Guy Dobson said, look, why don't you come over to Triple M and we'll put you on overnights for a while, with the plan being I would maybe take over the Triple M network morning show.
Sure.
And when Dobbo left, the strategy ended.
Yep.
And so
We've heard that a few times in our business, haven't we?
Yeah.
Big plans and all of a sudden they change. But you did the Midnight to Dawn program for how many years on Triple M?
not nearly 9.
And look, you did it really well. You had a huge following on that program, even though, of course, we were all listening to the 2GB overnight program.
Well, how come you used to ring in?
Well, I didn't ring in, you liar. But I
You
told
did
you
once.
one day, there's a bloke over my back fence who used to live over the back fence called Matt, and he was going between Orange and Sydney.
Yeah.
And he said, I've discovered talk radio. And I said, well, thanks, because I'm on bloody talk radio.
Yeah.
Oh, I listen to Luke Bona. Oh, bloody hell, what are you listening to him for?
He's got serious issues.
Yeah, so you've obviously, got an army of listeners out there, and hopefully there are some of them who are going to join us as you now return to 2GB. And what you're going to be doing on 2GB is a little bit up in the air, but you're going to be kind of helping out across the day.
I'll be doing Drive for Clinton over Easter.
Oh, that's good.
But there are other bits and pieces. Me and Burnsy are going to nut it out after we finish here.
Greg Burns, one of our bosses, yeah.
I've known Greg Burns for a long time. He's a good man. And I'm also going to do my own podcast.
That's good.
The Bona Fide podcast.
The Bona Fide podcast.
Jacob came up with that name. It's good.
That's very good.
It's all right. And I'm going to take a deep dive and talk to people who inspire me. And I'll have the time to do that. Can I give you an example?
Yeah.
All right. Well, years ago, me and the Minister for War and Finance, Nikki, and Leader of the Opposition, were at Mona Vale Beach one day, and I saw all these girls surfing, 12 to 18, a stack of them. And when we were growing up on the northern beaches in the late 70s, early 80s, it was a male domain.
Of course.
You remember the movie in the book, Puberty Blues?
Yeah,
it was that
Puberty
era.
Blues, yeah.
It was that era. And I looked at all these young girls surfing, and I said to Nikki, that's because of Elaine Beachley. She inspired them. She gave young girls the confidence to get up on a board and show them that they can be successful.
She was a world champion.
And she's also married to a rock star.
Yeah.
So it's people like that that inspire me.
And you think about Steph Gilmore. I know that she said, well, it was Lane that inspired her. She then became a world champion as well.
So that's an example. Yvonne Corley inspires me.
Yep.
Dawn Fraser inspires Dick Smith. So I'm going to take a deep dive without the constraints of commercial radio.
Sure.
And take the time to get to know people.
All right. Now, considering you're no longer at Triple M, do you want to throw them under the bus while you're live on 2GB?
Well, no, it's cost cutting, and you read the papers and you read.
But what are they doing? They let Mark Geyer go. He's now here.
Yeah.
They've let you go. You're now here. I mean, is anyone left at Triple M?
I don't know. The last person leaving Triple M, if you could just turn the light off. No, look, I don't want to throw Triple M under a bus, and there's a reason. One, you never burn your bridges. But two, they let me do what I wanted. They never once encroached on my editorial freedom.
Yep.
I got to play Led Zeppelin, Cold Chisel, the Fooey's, and I was able to talk about whatever I wanted. And I changed lives, and I built a family. So no, there's no under the bus for Triple M. It's a shame. It's a shame. And you've seen it on other radio networks where good people have been let go to cover other costs.
Yeah.
It is a shame.
It happens in life in all businesses. The main thing is you are back home where you belong. You'll be filling in for Clinton Maynard
At Easter to start
Easter.
with, and me and Burnsy will go and have
You'll
a
be doing
chat.
some other bits and pieces.
Other bits and pieces, but it's great to be back. 2GB was my first job out of school. 18th of September 1978, office boy.
Well, that's why
And then
you're
I
back.
then
This
I
is where
became
you
a panel
belong.
operator, and there you are.
As you mentioned, we do have time constraints on commercial radio,
I've gotta
which is
go.
why I'm saying goodbye. The bosses want you in the office, but the announcement has just been made. Luke Bona is back at 2GB. Thank you so much.
Can't
and
wait.
Congratulations.
Thanks, Bona. Good to see you.
Luke Bona on 2GB. You'll be hearing him at various times across the day, but the next appointment most likely will be filling in for Clinton over Easter.
Ahead of GFK Radio Survey 1 out next Thursday, the 27th of March. What about ARN? Just briefly on Cruise 1323, ARN's Gold Network station in Adelaide. Over the last month, they've lost all their day announcers. John Dean wrapped up on March 7. He was doing 7 a.m. till midday. And now Craig Huggy Huggins has shifted to other ARN stations. He had been doing the rest of the day with both Huggy and John with Cruise for 20 years since its inception. Something is going on there. Also, March is the 20th anniversary too of Jonesy and Amanda, WSFM, now Gold 101.7's breakfast hosts in Sydney. Little has been made of the major milestone for the pair, with many, many accolades, including winning a second consecutive Best On-Air Team Metro at the 2024 ACRAs, something they've won 5 times overall. Listeners love them too. Survey 7 last year saw the station top the Sydney ratings for the first time outright. Their contract is up with ARN at the end of this year. Their network has locked in Christian O'Connell and Kyle and Jackie O already. With SCA perhaps having a little more cash in the kitty to invest well and smartly into Triple M's future, I think they'd be mad not to throw their hats in the ring to poach Jonesy and Amanda to Triple M. Make no mistake, this wouldn't be an incorrect mix of personalities and format, a la Doug Mulray and 2WS. It also would be with the aim of rekindling ratings rather than how it's currently languishing without a clear identity. As WSFM has rebranded to Gold at the start of this year, with a sound aimed at a slightly younger audience, Jonesy and Amanda would suit where it rocks, and the music fits the banter. While such a leap for Jonesy and Amanda might not get everyone as worked up as Kyle and Jackie O's switch to Kiss a decade ago, it would invigorate all concerned. I suspect, though, that we won't hear more about this until after Survey 1 is done and dusted next week, where we can get the lie of the land with all these new and bedding-in shows. Radio Today and Radio Info will have all that at 9:30am on Thursday, March 27, and I will have a special Survey 1 podcast episode for you that day too. The RCSMM National Radio Airplay Chart Song of the Week is Benson Boone's new one, Sorry, I'm Here for Someone Else, which debuted at number 24. This is a follow-up to Beautiful Things, which was the hottest track on radio for quite a while. He's been at a few of the Music and Acting Awards ceremonies lately, and if you have 5 minutes, please watch his Beautiful Things performance at the Grammys. He does something I've never seen anyone do live at a show like that before. A cool thing, trust me. Sorry, I'm Here for Someone Else had more than 30 spins on CFM, Hit 104.7 and B105, with Nova Network stations all playing it too.
And I said, I'm sorry, I'm here for someone else. It's good to see your face, and I really hope you're doing well. I hope you're doing well. I'm sorry, I'm here for someone else. I wish that I could stay and talk at the bar all by ourselves, but I'm here for someone else.
And that's all for today. Thanks for joining me. I'll catch you next time.
Radio Today with Jen Saderhelm. Find more at radiotoday.com.au.